All right, guys, talk about firearms safety. Firearms safety. There are 4 golden rules, and these are the rules I go over in every class. It doesn't matter if it's a beginner class with people who've never shot, or if it's a class that has, highly trained police officers, military. It doesn't matter. We always cover these rules because these are what keep us safe. We've never had an accident on the range, and I'd like to keep it that way. So, first safety rule is we treat all weapons as if they're loaded. Now, this is a CERT training pistol. It's not a real gun. It shoots a laser. But a lot of times when we train, after a certain point in our training, I'll tell everyone, hey, this is now treated like a live weapon, and we'd start doing that. So I wouldn't never put my hand right here because I don't want to put anything in front of that I don't want to shoot. But the first thing we do is we treat all weapons as if they're loaded. So that means we never point a weapon at ourselves, at someone else, at my trailer, my Jeep, whatever. We don't want to point our weapon at anything we're not willing to kill or destroy. That's number 2. So number 1, treat all weapons as if they're loaded. Number 2, don't point your weapon at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger. This is probably the biggest violated safety rule in every training class, and especially when we start doing tactics, is people want to get just a little ahead and they want to get that finger so they're a little quicker on the draw. They're a little quicker on their shot. The quickness from here to here or from here to here is not enough to matter. If you slip and fall, you will not shoot the gun. If you slip and fall with your finger here and you have a reflex, there's a highly likely chance, or a really good chance, I should say, that you're going to pull the trigger and you could shoot the person in front of you. So number 1, treat all weapons as if they're loaded. Number 2, don't point your weapon at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Right? Number 3 is keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are aligned, your weapon's on target, and the decision to shoot has been made. Now we can put our finger on the trigger and we can shoot. Now that changes just a little bit as we get further in tactics and self-defense training. We'll start putting our finger on the trigger as we're presenting out because the decision to shoot has already been made in a self-defense situation. But when we're training, especially in the beginning, we just, hey, get the sights aligned, get on target, then you put your finger on the trigger, then you can shoot. And then as soon as you get done shooting, take your finger off the trigger, put it on index point on the side of the frame, then you can take that gun and look it back into the holster. The 4th thing and final thing is know your target and what is beyond it, what is to the left, what is to the right, and what is in front of it. So again, on a flat range, that's pretty easy. I have a target set up. There's a big berm behind it to catch the round. So whether I hit the target or I don't, it doesn't matter safety-wise because my round is going to impact the berm, the big dirt pile, right? So that's key. In a self-defense situation, this is much harder because there may be other people around. There may be a lot of things happen. If it's in a city, there could be somebody that's in your line of fire that's 100 yards away. So if you miss what you're aiming at here with your pistol, you could shoot somebody a long distance away and kill them. And you got to live with that. Once the trigger is pulled, you can't pull it back. So we want to know our target, what's to the left, to the right, in front of it, and behind it before we shoot. So one of the big things we teach in our courses is target identification and classification. Those are also critical skills to have in a self-defense situation. But again, right now we're just talking about safety. So the 4 fundamentals of safety. Treat all weapons as if they're loaded. Don't point your weapon at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are aligned and on target and the decision to shoot has been made. And number 4 is to know your target and what's beyond it, to the left of it, to the right of it, in front of it. Never hand somebody, I'll give you a little extra, never hand somebody a weapon that's loaded like this. When we hand somebody a weapon, we remove the magazine, we lock the slide back, we hand them an empty weapon. They can look at it, they need to check it as soon as they get it, and then they hand it back to you. And as soon as you get it, you're gonna check it. You're gonna make sure it's empty and unloaded before you do anything with it. And again, you're gonna follow those safety rules. So that's it, the 4 fundamental safety rules that everybody needs to know.